Yep.
Yeah?
Yep.
Yep.
Yerp? Are we live?
You know it.
Hey, nice.
Hi, Anime. Hi, Alex.
Hello.
Hi, welcome in.
Gonna play this for a bit and then gonna play Omori.
Oh. Mori.
I can't wait.
Omori.
When
What is it? What is it in the Italian?
Amore?
Amore, thank you.
Yeah. Same brain cell.
In the Italian, please. Okay. This should...
Oh.
What?
I have just for the first time read the name of the final chapter at the top. Good stuff.
The Resolve. There it is.
Did we finish conversing with you? Yeah. I present you something.
You're excited about beating Final Fantasy. I can't tell if that says 8 or if you put 7 with an exclamation point. Okay, that's 7 with an exclamation point. When you rewatched Advent Children started Crisis Core. I feel like we... Oh, I remember. The next thing we were gonna do was go to the hospital.
Ah.
Yeah, 7's good. I'm glad you're playing 7. Is it the first time you're playing it?
Mr. Naruto, I just finished speaking with the doctor. It seems Miss Green is well enough to be discharged at last.
This is good news, but hopefully just before she leaves.
Ah!
What is it? Miss Green!
Oh,
What was that? She clearly just hid something behind her back.
It's a gun.
that rat on the side looks like Daisy. One moment, I'll be with you in a jiffy. Don't mind me. Oh, hello everyone. What are you all doing here? The doctor said I can be discharged, so I'm just getting my things together. Miss Green, what did you doing? Nothing, really. I was just about to take some medicine the doctor prescribed for me, that's all.
Well, we were hoping to have a quick chat with you, if that's alright.
I don't have anything else to tell you.
Alright. She's definitely behaving strange.
Nick, did you open your can and not mine?
I used Quaxley.
Ah!
Leverage. Let's see if we can't coax something out of her. Before we do anything, hit
Okay.
examine. And examine that bottle.
Bottle.
This is the bottle Miss Green was just about to drink when we arrived.
It's poison. Or paint water.
Yep, she looked rather preoccupied, didn't she?
Perhaps it's very bitter. I can't stand bitter medicine.
I suppose that could be it.
In fact, whenever a doctor prescribes me medicine for a number of days, I always take it all at once.
No?
Well, if you have to take something you don't like, it's best to get it all out of the way and
That's
go, right?
Oh dear, this explains so much. I thought it was Miss Green I should be worrying about.
I remembered I could get an achievement if I did that for some specific reason. Because for some reason this game has achievements. This is the card Miss Green was looking at intently before, isn't it?
Mr. Naruto, we shouldn't be peeking at a young woman's private effects.
Right? I should save peeking for gentlemen's effects only.
You mustn't do that either.
And maybe you, Mr. Sato, shouldn't be peeking in a young man's mind either.
Yes, thank you, Pokemon Go. It is raining outside.
It's wonderful news you're going to be discharged, Miss Green.
Oh, yes, I mean, thanks. Once people are better at the hospital, staff don't want them lingering and wasting space. Not people like me, anyway. So I don't think I should keep anyone waiting. I probably shouldn't stand around and chat.
She certainly doesn't seem to be in the mood to talk, that's for damn sure.
What do you think about this? What do you think about
What do you
this?
think?
Miss Green, we were hoping to ask you about someone. Mr. Duncan Ross. You knew him, didn't you?
Oh!
Oh,
Oh no, I'm so sorry. A bottle of medicine fell down when she did.
Oh, Miss Green, are you alright? No.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to startle you like that.
No, it's alright. I just wasn't expecting it. But how do you know about Duncan? Mr. Ross had been writing a letter when he passed away. The landlord found it in his room. It was a very personal letter to you. It was at the art school. That's where I met Duncan, a year ago now. He was working to fund his studies. He dreamt of becoming a professional artist one day. And the two of you became romantically involved. Yep, that's right. We were very much in love. We were engaged to be married, actually. That's why you decided to move into a cheaper room to save money for the wedding.
And that's what led him to Mr. Garrett's.
Yes, he told me he found the worst but cheapest room in the entire East End. And then 1 month ago, that's when it happened. We're so terribly sorry, Miss Green. Well, it's all in the past now, I suppose. Poor Miss Green, she looks desperately sad.
I'm starting to think that's just her look. But now I see she has every reason to feel the universe is against her.
I do hope you won't think I'm being rude, but... Would you mind leaving me in peace now? I have to leave the hospital soon.
Oh, I'm sorry. We didn't mean to hold you up. Of course, we'll be on our way.
Mr. Naruhodo. Surely you were not about to leave? That's quite out of the question.
Mr. Sholmes, I didn't realize you were here.
But of course I was, my dear fellow, watching intently from the shadows as always.
Well, make your presence known next time.
Mr. Sholmes, what is this about?
Something which occurs to me with some regularity, Miss Susato, is this. Why do detectives insist on such an ex post facto modus operandi? Why solve a case after it's happened, instead of preventing a case before it happens? That is what sets a great detective apart.
What do you mean?
There is a case waiting to happen under our very noses, Mr. Naruhodo. So let us avert disaster. Let us prevent this case from ever happening. With nothing but careful observation.
Alright.
All the clues you need are set before you. You need only look, and you cannot fail to see.
You can do it, Mr. Naruhodo. I know you can.
Imagine just trying to leave your hospital room and like the fucking Super Sentai detective trio just refuses to let you.
We're gonna look at everything now.
Okay, so
Like,
I
we're
can
just gonna
relook
watch
at
you
this.
so intently.
It definitely feels as though this card must be relevant. I mean, when we first arrived, Miss Green was standing with the inner hand in what only could be described as a very tense atmosphere.
No, it was poison! I was joking! The rat's dead!
Oh my god! And whatever incident Mr. Sholmes had already happened here. Perhaps we should ask Miss Green about it.
God, I was kidding!
That's why I was like, oh god, don't call her Daisy.
Oh
don't
god!
relate to the rat. That mouse seems to be dead.
No!
I didn't notice it there before, did you?
I think perhaps it drank the medicine that spilled out of the bottle! But that's the bottle that Miss Green was about to drink from when we arrived.
It's okay. It's okay. Rat poison's only poison to rats, not humans.
So you've come to appreciate the true nature of this scene.
Sir, you knew this was a crime scene, you just...
That of a tragedy about to take place.
The tragedy happened. I think it's falling into place. Miss Green, the contents of the bottle you had before has spilt out on the floor. And the poor mouse that drank it has sadly died.
Oh,
I think it's clear the bottle must have contained a powerful poison.
a powerful poison. Don't worry, I will attend to the mouse presently.
Funeral rites.
Viking funeral. Miss Green, were you intending to go the same way as that rodent? To take your own life?
Yeah.
Once we'd left, you would have put it to your lips again, wouldn't you? And taken the poison.
No! Miss Green, please talk to us. Boy.
There it is. 10 seconds later, and we would have arrived at a very different scene here. In all probability, we would not have enjoyed this most delightful conversation. Of course, perhaps it hasn't been quite so delightful from your perspective, Miss Green.
Actually, in a way, now that everything's out in the open, I feel like a weight has been lifted.
Tell me, how did you acquire that medicine?
Well, with this being a hospital and all, when the doctor comes to examine me in the mornings, he always leaves the medicine cabinet open for a while, so I snuck this out when he wasn't looking.
Conspicuously lacks a label. I wonder what it contains.
I'm afraid I don't really know. But I thought if I drank it, it might just stop the pain somehow. Oh, please, Miss Green, don't talk of such things.
Well, it seems clear now that it contains poison.
Yes, that poor little mouse is proof of it. Oh no, it's all my fault. What have I done?
Mouse killer!
Mouse killer!
Shall remove this to my office, Miss Green. I take it you have no objection.
No, none.
I'll do those 20 push-ups to the next little transition.
I'll do it now.
Do it now?
We can wait.
Do it now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
wait.
don't mind. We don't mind.
Yeah, we'll wait.
It's alright. You can pause the game.
There's
Do your
1,
push-ups.
2, 3, 4, 5. You should slow them down a little. 6, 7, 8. A little more.
Breathe.
9, 10, 11, 12, 13. A little more. 14, 15, 16, 17,
14,
18, 19,
13, 12,
11,
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
2, 1. Good job. 20 push-ups exactly. Nicely done. Someone should immediately redeem that again. I'm just throwing that
That was
out.
the hardest 20 push-ups I've ever done.
The card.
The card.
The card. Neither the sender's name or address appeared to be written on the envelope of the card, or the card. It arrived by post at my home the day before the incident that put me in the hospital here.
I have information regarding the death of Duncan Raw. Oh.
Come to the Slug and Salad on Briar Road at 5 p.m. on the 17th. Don't tell anybody else about this letter or the meeting. It's important.
Wait a minute, the 17th of this month? That's the day you were stabbed on Briar Road.
And 5 p.m.
It's precisely the time when the incident occurred. Slug and Salad, yes, a pub on the northern corner of Briar Road.
Briar Road being the street that Mr. Garrideb's house is on.
Does this mean that? Yes, I'm sure you've guessed. that day when I was struck in the back by the knife, I was actually on my way to the slug and salad. Goodness.
So that's what you were doing on Briar Road that day.
I'm sorry I didn't say anything before. I think I really will have to ask you to excuse me now. I've told you everything.
Yes, I'm very sorry to have had to drag up such painful memories for you.
No, it's fine. Miss Green. Please promise us you won't try to do anything like that again. Yes, don't worry. Your detective friend has the bottle now anyway. And besides, I've been stabbed in the back and had a close shave with a bottle of poison, and I'm still here. I think I'm destined to see things through to the end. It might sound a little conceited, but that's how it has made me feel.
Leaving Ms. Green and St. Bartholomew's behind, we made our way back to Baker Street with Mr. Sholmes.
Bake to Backer Street.
Bake to Baker Street.
Well, it would appear we've reached the end of the investigative trail for today.
Yeah, it's late.
And, Mr. Naruhodo, did you discover anything that may be of use to you in court tomorrow, do you think?
Details about Mr. Shanspeare, Mr. Garadeb's lodgings, the convict Selden. There are many facets to this case, and we're yet to see to the heart of it, if you ask me. That's my feeling, anyway.
I can't help wondering about the results of the analysis.
Into Mr. Natsume's tea, you mean?
Yes. Will they have found
Strychnine.
strychnine in it or not?
Well, I fear that either way, it will be hard to escape the grip of our friend, Mr. Reaper.
Oh, fuck.
Yes, Barak von Zykes. Van Zykes.
I wish you every success, of course, and though I was late to rise this morning, tomorrow will be a new dawn. I intend to spring from my bed at a crisp hour and
Your
attend the trial.
Finger smells awful.
Pull my finger.
Mr. Sholmes, I will not pull your finger.
Indeed, pull my finger. Whatever happens, I shall be there, assuming my eyelids cooperate in the morning.
That's a big if. I think we've done all we can. All that's left is to remain focused and keep fighting for Mr. Natsume's cause until the very end. London, the world's most prosperous city, home to 6 million people. But away from the razzle-dazzle, down back alleys and behind bricked-up windows, the lonely lurk.
Not the lonely.
Not the lonely lurking behind
Bricked
bricked
up.
up windows.
The bricked up and lurk in the alleys. So Seki-san had battled long and hard with loneliness during his many months here. And so I felt honor-bound to battle equally hard for my compatriot, to lift the curse that gripped him. And as Mr. Sholmes said, tomorrow would be a new dawn for all of us. What would you like to say?
Yas.
Okay. I can remember what the judge's voice is.
Honorable
Oh, no.
Oh my god.
Smooch.
Hey, bud.
He's shitting and farting right now.
He's shitting and farting right now.
It's time to put an end to this now. To the miserable curse that has been plaguing Mr. Natsume. Everything.
And in my own small way, I shall do everything I can to help you.
I always appreciate your help, Miss Susato.
Suffering so selfishly sidelined.
Good morning to you too, Mr. Natsume.
Good morning? Good morning, locum student Mr. Naruhodo Esquire. Listen to you two chatting away happily as if the main player of today's trial isn't here. Why would you do that? Why?
Oh, fuck. We didn't mean to cause offense, Mr. Natsume. I thought perhaps that because you had your eyes shut so tightly you were meditating, finding inner calm.
That is a shitting stance. Sweat and all.
It smells so bad in here. It seemed wrong to disturb you during your shitting session.
I was shitting! What's the matter, Mr. Natsume? You seem different somehow today. Naturally, that's because I've attained spiritual enlightenment. The path of literature, you see, is a journey to discover one's own depth. Or such like. That's the sort of morning conversation I was hoping for. That's why I had my eyes shut.
I missed the science, I'm afraid. Somehow. You'll have to forgive me.
And you mustn't talk of your path leading you to death, Mr. Natsume.
That was just an example!
Ah, yes, there it is. Inner calm.
You barely came to see me at all yesterday. I was sure you'd abandon me and return to your long, beautiful, long-lost homeland.
We've not even been in Great Britain a week yet.
Well, yes, anyway. I intend to set everything straight in court today. I'm determined to uncover the truth.
I've actually reached an important decision myself.
Oh? What sort of decision?
I shall fill you in after the trial.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Yay!
It would seem Mr. Sholmes isn't coming today after all.
Not yet.
It's a very clever message, I think. My dear fellows, you must win this battle on your own merits.
It's a very clear message, I think. Pity overslept again.
The great detective, my arch nemesis. Long may he stay away, if you ask me.
Defendant and your legal representative. The trial is about to begin. Make your way into the courtroom immediately. Today, once again, we face the Reaper. And when the Reaper stands for the prosecution, the defendant's fate is sealed. But I don't believe in that legend any more than I believe in Soseki-san's curse. And the truth is hidden here somewhere, and I won't let it escape. I have to keep believing in my client and keep fighting. Very end. That's all.
That's all.
That's all.
Easy.
Easy.
Believe in the client. Fight till the end. Win the case.
It's never backfired. In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare the court to be in session. I call upon the counsels for the prosecution and defense to declare their willingness to proceed.
Prosecution is ready.
Yes, the defense is ready. Very good. And now I call upon the 6 ladies and gentlemen of the jury, chosen by lot to represent the will of the people in this trial. Are you ready to proceed? Absolutely. Justice will be done. You mark my words.
I feel obliged to stay. I feel especially ruthless on days when my hat is fitting just right.
Oh, well, I wonder if you could adjust my hat for me. And please, be as ruthless as you'd like. Damn, homie, chill.
Thieves deserve to die if you ask me, especially gas thieves. I've no sympathy for the man at all.
Rada rada rada. Rada 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 rada. Rada 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 rada.
Oh, may the Lord show us all the light here and lead his flock to a righteous verdict again today.
Huh?
Why is it fit being Christian today?
Santa-san?
Lord Van Zykes, what can you tell us? The prosecution's report, please, for the court. In relation to the theory expounded by the defense yesterday regarding the defendant's tea.
Give us the tea.
So he does have the results.
Take your time. Before the prosecution delivers the black news about the black tea belonging to the blackguard in the dock. Pray, allow me a moment to savor a liquid of a more sanguine hue. fact, I'll defer to the good detective for the report. Here's to you, Inspector.
Cheers!
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. As indicated by the defense, we found a bar of soap just outside the victim's window in the snow, and there was indeed a frozen reddish liquid in a little depression on top of it.
Yes, that's the tea. That's what Mr. Natsume brought with him.
Well, the brains at the yard analyzed it, and yes, you're right, it was tea. There wasn't a trace of strychnine or any other toxic substance in it.
No poison at all.
In other words, the tea that the defendant brought with him to the victim's room is innocent. It's in the clear.
What a revelation! As I suspected. This makes it quite clear. The defendant, Mr. Saseki Natsume.
My learned friend is jumping to conclusions again, a typical Nipponese reaction. Yes, it's true, no poison was found and the few drops of liquid recovered from the soap on the window ledge. But what logic is that? Do you take a drop from the Thames and conclude that the water in the ocean isn't salty?
My word! The water in the ocean's extremely salty, Counsel!
Exactly. Unfit for drinking, just as the victim's tea was on the night in question, as the court has already heard. Bitter was the precise word from the lips of Mr. William Shamspeare, whom the prosecution now calls back to the stand.
Very well, I will uphold the prosecution's request.
Mr. Shamspeare.
Yes, it sounds like we're going to have another confrontation with our theatrical friend. Bailiff, show Mr. Shamspeare to the stand!
Mr. Stanspear. Mr. William Shamspeare, the victim of this despicable crime.
Was it me?
That's you.
Oh heaven, oh hell, you command me to remember. Forsooth, 'twas I, Shamspeare, did have a bellyful of the foul fluid given in mine innocence.
Yes! But as revealed in yesterday's proceedings, the witness is not as innocent as he first had perhaps been led to believe.
Using bars of soap such as this, he has been stealing gas from the supply company, yes.
One may smile and be a villain. Forsooth, 'twas I, Shakespeare, did have a room full of the sweet fuel given.
That's right, fellow jurors, don't forget this man is a rotten thief. Rada, 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 rada.
Arrest him, I say, arrest him at once, and let him feel the sting in my tail.
Oh, indeed, by the dint of vile and cowardly means have I plotted further mine own ends, I confess.
Faust would have pardoned my sins of that, I am sure. If you acknowledge your wrongdoing, what exactly are you doing here now? Cowards die many times before their death, and for a coward such as I, death be well deserved. But would it be that a greater crime passeth unpunished? For lo, the hairy-faced gentleman of farther east than Verona did contrive to poison me. But there was no poison in the tea found in your room. The police have attested to that.
The defense would assert as an inconsistency will quickly be cleared up by the witness's testimony. Is that not so, Mr. Shamspeare?
Verily, my liege,
Jesus.
I would most gladly speak. Very well, let the witness testify. Why was the poison and it entered your body, but there was none in the tea?
Your Honor, it was a suppository.
The Japanese man did come to my chamber with tea brewed in a pot. Was in my cup alone the wicked miscreant secretly poured his wicked poison. Whilst feigning distraction in our debate, ne'er did a drop of his own drink pass his lips. When he departed by and by, I did use that tea which remained in his cup to make my coins of ice. Thus 'tis no surprise that poison be not found in the tea I did pour in the molds of soap.
Poison was slipped into the cup after the tea had been poured. So Seki would never let the tea get cold and would never let it sit in his cup afterwards.
He would never fucking do that.
Sacrilege.
Mm-mm-mm.
A normal way for poison to be administered, in my experience.
What? You have experience?
Otherwise, it would be quite disastrous if the poison wouldn't mix up the cups, for instance. But no poison bottle was found at the scene.
Because, quite simply, he ate it. Then he took the bottle back to his own room. The absence of a vessel containing the poison only becomes problematic when considering suicide.
I knew that.
By now it should be perfectly clear. A bar or two of cheap soap
It's delicious.
is wholly insufficient to wash the deep stains of guilt from the accursed sands.
Sirs, madams, 'tis true that I, Shakespeare, be a common thief of gas. But, listen here, ladies and gentlemen. Wherefore would I lie? Verily, I have no cause. I have naught to lose.
Well,
I do declare.
Thank you for your testimony, witness. Counsel, proceed with the cross-examination. Yes, my lord.
the tea consistency.
I want to press.
Mata, I understand that you were already acquainted with Mr. Natsume. Is that correct? I know thee not, old man. Fall to thy prayers. Do I know thee, or know thee not? Methinks 'tis all I can know, that thy destiny mingles with mine. You lost me at the first thee. Thou, sir, thou must learn the English tongue, therefore turns thy hand to lawyering. I did, but I must have missed the archaic Elizabethan lecture. Verily, and in truth, 'twas a fine flavored brew. Though a drop of poison did barb its sweetness, as the thorn doth barb the sweet rose. That, dear friends, be the simple truth.
Listen to Mr. Shakespeare. He seems in even better form than he was yesterday.
Either that, or I'm in worse form. That fated evening after I did dine, at Grub's Grubbery, a local alehouse of good rapport, naught did pass my lips but the tainted black tea. But behold, the poison was not in the tea at first. Are you saying you saw the moment when the poison was added to your tea? To have witnessed the act and drank the tea, thou dost describe the actions of a fool. Quite so, quite so. But no one likes going thirsty, do they? Sooner would I die quenched than parched, would I have the choice. Actually, on the night in question, the water main was frozen, I believe, wasn't it? Were it not for the tea, in sooth I would sooner have died frozen and quenched or parched. Right. No ice coins means no heating.
This had more than one brush with death on the night in question, it would seem. Mind the court, Mr. Shakespeare, as to whether the accused drank any of the tea which he brought with him.
With the greatest of pleasure, my liege.
You're a liar!
But in the teacup Mr. Natsume drank from was found completely empty at the scene. And let's not forget the defendant's maxim, drink tea while it's hot. I did gulp from the poisoned cup that night, and in mine agony did I writhe uncontrolled. In fits of pain I did knock the fellow's cup, and its contents spilt his blood from my gaping wound, methinks. No, certainly, 'twas after I made the coins of ice from his tea.
upset cup was found on the table that the victim was slumped over. There's no contradiction here.
It's true, there was no tea left in either cup that we found at the scene. But still, something about the statement is troubling me.
Yes, of course, I know what it is. Mr. Natsume's wise, drink tea well taught maxim, isn't it?
No, I don't think that's it.
Thank you, witness! Now reiterate for the court what it is that occupied you after your guest had left and before you drank your tea.
The quest?
The Gwest. Gwen Stefani.
So it was statement number 3. So
Yes, so that you could cheat the gas company, in fact, isn't that so? To cheat or to die, 'tis life's only choice. Yeesh. Faith, to cheat be the wise choice, and mine occupation be not an ugly one. Prithee, dost thou not see beauty in the simplicity of the rules?
No, I don't. And be very sure, sir. Once this trial is over, Altmont Gas will take you to task over this. Legal task.
I shall not run, I shall not hide! Sooth to say, I have nowhere to run nor hide. But my lady, wast thou with this pitiful player? What wouldst thou with this pitiful player?
Oh, I'll tell you what I like to do with you. Starting with the shoddy shirt on your back.
damn.
'Tis time for a Shakespeare dance!
What a harsh world we live in.
Thieving of the gas was addressed in yesterday's proceedings. The prosecution calls on the defense not to muddy the waters with irrelevancy.
Consider that a warning, counsel! Yeah, your lord. Why am I the one in trouble here?
Shamsphere, after the accused returned to his own lodgings, he used his tea to make your coins. Is that correct?
The Cheeto that I made my choice many moons ago. If having first major special coins, it was 2 in the morning when you collapsed. That would mean you can't have drunk any tea by yourself until that time. Once ensnared my literary debate, naught else be found in the furrows of the mind. The debate about Romeo and Juliet, and who is the stronger one. Rightly did I pay no heed to the tea as I wrestled with the abominable fellow. I don't remember debates like that when I was studying. Are you suggesting that neither of you drank the tea while it was hot that evening? My lord, wouldst thou be privy to some Shakespearean wisdom? Husband, wife, and tea ought I tepid be.
Ah, yes, so very true. Everyone has different preferences when it comes to tea.
I think you might have interpreted that wrongly. Psst. Hugely in our favor, there was no poison in his tea. But the atmosphere in this courtroom negative it be.
It feels as though everybody is against us, Mr. Naruhodo.
It must be the Reaper's poison.
I'm afraid that if we don't find a significant flaw in this testimony somewhere, the jury will pounce and find Mr. Natsume guilty.
It really feels like we've jumped into the fire here.
I want to
And take a look-see.
take a look. See.
What is relevant to these statements?
I just like it's gotta be right.
Who was stronger, Romeo or Juliet?
This is can't see the picture, but it's you. It's medical report.
Medical stuff.
Spreading 30 minutes after ingestion. Oh, that seems 130. That timing seems like something I can maybe take advantage of.
He's just eating that block of soap. I can't believe I thought it was butter at first.
I mean, I can't blame you.
Like, out of both games, this is my least favorite case, but I like it's almost worth it to me just for Shakespeare.
Yeah.
The soap.
How poetic!
Yeah.
Literary references!
Rub on.
Hey!
Who thought depression? Coins.
Coins, depression, ice. Although it was a sort of reddish color, I think.
Yummy. I think it's lime flavored. Interesting.
Wait. It's the T line, right?
This is the T line.
Yes.
What are you thinking about the tea line?
The T line is created upon tea staying in the cup.
For a long time.
Oh wait, no, never mind. They already talked about this, I think.
They did talk about it, but that's why it's relevant.
Right.
Shakespeare is claiming that both would have sat idle for both of these to have a line, but that's not the case.
Right.
So you're onto something.
Maybe.
Oh.
Oh!
Oh.
Uh-oh.
This isn't relevant
Yeah.
to this, but
Oh.
I see.
You put two and two together on that one?
Yeah.
Tea brewed in a pot.
Shut up.
Hot tea. Pottsfield.
Out of all his statements, which is the most statement?
If I kept alone, he poured his poison.
Whatever.
Feigning distraction or to the drop of his own drink past his lips. This doesn't match up with the teacups to me.
That is also what I think.
Whoops.
But I
Oh.
normally I think something matches up and then the game says no.
Well, we have 5 attempts to see if the game
And then we have
no.
Nick,
What?
who wouldn't dare allow us to fail this.
Undare allow. I wouldn't undare unallow.
I didn't mean to press this. Oh, the music stopped.
Igiari, you claim Mr. Natsume didn't drink a drop of tea on the night in question. But that's impossible.
Oh my god.
How, chop logic? What is this? Ye dark, ye clad fiend?
Ye
The two teacups from the scene, one used by the victim and the other used by the defendant, have a clear difference between them. One represents incontrovertible proof. Incontrovertible? What
what?
Look at the inside of the cups. Just here, there's a clearly visible ring.
Yes, a tea ring. Commonplace enough.
Indeed! Such a stain occurs all too readily when one leaves tea in a cup for a while. And yet, Mr. Natsume's cup has no such ring. Good lord, you're right. It's completely clean. And Fidisa, what thou makes exactly what Mr. Natsume told the court yesterday, the Japanese saying he quoted.
Drink.
Yada? Well, ta. That's right, yes. The jittery Mr. Natsume was true to his usual self that night and drank his tea in no time. If you claim in your testimony he didn't touch a drop of his tea, a ring would have developed on the inside of his cup as well after the several hours the tea was left standing. But, in short, Mr. Shakespeare, you clearly lied to the court.
Clearly.
Get thee to the nunnery.
Get lead to a nunnery. What is that from?
Shemshire. As a rule, I fill my hollowed chalice up to 7 times during any one trial.
Wow.
Hamlet, you might want to keep that information to yourself.
On occasion, tedium distracts me and I pour more times than I intended until the bottle is dry.
Your drinking habits are fascinating, but irrelevant.
On the contrary, they illustrate the fickleness of human memory. To William Shakespeare.
Yeah, my liege.
Though you previously stated that you made the coins of ice from the leftover tea in the accused's cup, could it be that you were perhaps mistaken?
Eh?
Could it be that, yes, perhaps there was some tea remaining in the small teapot left at the scene? Ow! A fact that had vanished from your memory until now.
Faith, my liege, thou art a magician. Well, verily, 'tis as though thou hast seen thine own eyes that night.
God!
What?
Forsooth, I was mistook. I did plan to use tea from the Japanese fellow's cup, but lo, when I looked, 'twas empty. And thus I did use the dregs that rested in the teapot as my liege did suggest.
And you've just suddenly remembered now that you made a mistake before? Are we supposed to believe that?
Peoples! Ugh. Memories are imperfect, my friend, which is why we rely on evidence instead.
Oh.
But in any case, it makes no difference. The victim's most recent testimony tells us 2 things of note. Firstly, that the poison was put into the victim's teacup only, and secondly, that this spoilt cup was not the source of the insipid ice coins that have bewitched this court.
The prosecution makes a fine summary of the facts!
Furthermore, that testimony remains valid and in full support of the established facts. In other words, your mother.
Your mother.
Oh! The inconsistency claimed by the defense simply does not exist. I made it up.
No! What does this mean then?
Oh my god. Yes!
Yada yada yada. Yada yada yada.
Another thing is happening to me.
My lords and lady gentlemen of the jury, I do solemnly swear, after I did dine at Grub's Grubbery Alehouse that night, naught did pass my lips but the black tea given by the Japanese, whose back he stooped as low as death. And on what did you dine, sir? Why, I did partake of my favorites. A broth is was to be called soup, and a leafish was to be called salad.
As insalubrious a menu as the establishment where it was served.
But you gods, ye give us some faith to make us men. Willingly would I suffer what punishment 'tis seen fit to serve a wicked gas thief. But first,
Oh, he's giving... If we are assuming he is the person who gave the letter, he's giving the name of a different pub.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was... He's saying Grub's Grubbery,
It is
and
like
she said...
Slugs.
Sluggery.
Yeah.
It's something like it. It's slug something.
Yeah.
I pray ye, why the noble fellows ne'er forget the simple truth. That be one thing, and this be another. Gerrazal, your humble servant Shakespeare, doth entreat you, punish the Japanese fellow for his sins.
Yikes.
My lord.
My lord.
My lord, if I may speak, my lord. Yes, Mr. Foreskin. I believe we may have been charged by that rotten defense lawyer. What we've been doing.
fuck.
By me?
I do declare you may be right.
Y'all know the waif there was making coins of ice to keep himself warm.
Rada rada rada. Rada 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 rada. Rada rada. Rada rada rada. Rada rada.
I really never said anything like that.
But what have we just heard from the victims here as he opened his eyes again? We've reached a decision this time, and we won't be swayed from it. The court acknowledges the position of the jury foreman and will duly hear the jury's findings.
What?
No. Bullshit, no. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, state your decisions now.
Yuzai!
有罪有罪
Rada.
有罪
Oh.
Chapter 3, The Execution of Soseki Natsume. I hereby declare the jury to be in accord. Oh, happy day! How is this happening? My lord, the defense asserts its right to carry out the summation examination. Very well, the court upholds the defense's right.
Typical, my learned friend is unable to accept the obvious truth.
This trial will therefore enter its second summation examination immediately. Jurors, the court calls upon each of you to state the grounds upon which you find the defendant guilty of the crime of which he is charged. Gesundheit. Ooh. Rada. Yes. Thank you.
Judicial findings. Rada.
I'm a man of logic, me, and having considered all the evidence, the defendant must logically be guilty.
I do agree that gas is far too expensive. I can quite understand why the man will want to avoid paying.
This stuff explodes and it can poison you. It's absolutely lethal, gases.
Gas doesn't come for free. It costs a fortune to deliver around the city and maintain the pipes.
Rada.
If nothing else passed the victim's lips that night, there's no other explanation, is there?
I do feel that perhaps personal opinions about gas and its supply has influenced decisions somewhat. But never mind. No, really, you should mind.
Let's give a little mind. The truth is, our counter-argument wasn't as unassailable as we hoped. Mr. Shakespeare was poisoned. There can be no doubt of that.
And how are we supposed to turn this around?
I think we need to establish the method by which Mr. Shakespeare was actually poisoned. Our only hope is to demonstrate that to the court incontrovertibly.
But that's surely almost impossible at this stage.
If we don't manage it, though, Mr. Natsume
Will be found guilty. No delays, counsel. Proceed with the summation examination. All the evidence, you say? That's right. And there's no room for doubt. It's all pointing out the Japanese man with the big mustache.
Funny.
Says the Englishman with the bigger mustache. If only we had some kind of evidence.
Don't worry, this summation examination has barely started, really. Perhaps there'll be a shift in the situation that shows an existing piece of evidence in a new light.
I hope. To start with, though, I need to find some way out of this deadlock. This isn't the time and place to be discussing the price of gas, madam.
But really, think of the injustice. Air is a gas and air is free. Why should Altamont gas cost money?
Your thoughts?
It makes my blood boil. I can feel myself becoming more ruthless than ever.
This isn't the time or the place to be ruthless either.
If I might interject here.
Yes, madame.
It seems my fellow juror takes issue with the price our company charges for gas. Well, you can kiss my ass. But it's because of this man that the price of gas has gone up. Oh, what a beastly man. That unkempt mustache, those hunched shoulders, poisoning tea and stealing gas, utterly unforgivable.
Wrong guy.
No. Mr. Natsume isn't the one who's been stealing gas. I'll thank you not to go adding on to more crimes.
Mr. Natsume hasn't been poisoning tea either. Well, anyway, I've quite made up my mind. It's made up as the price of gas.
Damn. True.
We made it up. Would we please talk about the poison instead of the gas, do you think, sir?
Well, if you like. I mean, to be honest, I'd take poison over gas every time.
You take poison?
What I mean is, poison can only poison you. It doesn't explode, does it?
Goodness me, what are you talking about? Set him straight, lawyer man.
Gas can poison you, and it did.
Well, it's certainly true that poison isn't prone to exploding. But I think you'll find poison also can't light up or heat a room.
Oh! You're right! I hadn't considered that at all!
London's best and brightest.
Young lawyer man.
Yeah?
Meet me in my office.
You have a good head on your shoulders. We could use someone like you as our company's legal representative.
Well, I wasn't expecting to pick up more business in the middle of a trial, that's for sure.
Anyway, the point is I haven't had the best experience with gas companies in the past.
Gas doesn't come for free, it costs a fortune.
Can we please refrain from all this talk of gas?
There's an all-out attack underway here, in case you hadn't noticed, against my company's gas. And I'm supposed to sit here and take it, am I? I don't think so.
She's really buzzing now.
And I've heard about our wonderful... All I've heard about our wonderful fuel is explosions and poisonings. What about electricity, huh? What about getting electrocuted? What about that? Well, explosion here is nothing in comparison.
Any explosion could hardly be described as nothing, madame. Nevertheless, the theft of your gas is deplorable.
My point exactly, but the gas thieves aren't even the worst of our enemies. We have far more devious reprobates to contend with on our daily basis, you know.
More devious? Who, madam?
Other gas companies, of course.
Other gas companies. Not what I was expecting.
We generate gas, we deliver it to our customers fair and square.
Indeed! Nobody is questioning that, madame. Altamont is an exemplary gas company.
But there are other unscrumptious gas companies here in London that don't have any gas at all.
What? If they don't have any gas, how do they go about selling it to people?
You wouldn't think it possible, would you? But they steal our gas, you see, and sell that.
They steal your gas? How on earth is such a thing possible?
Gas companies like ours deliver gas to people's homes via a network of pipes. But those devious reprobates secretly disconnect our pipes and divert our gas into their own rotten pipes. Then they make a contract with the household supplies, buy those pipes, and take the money for the precious gas that's rightfully ours without us even knowing. They're diverting gas into their own pipes illegally. What a brazen form of theft. When we visit customers' houses to collect money from their meters, we always have to check whether or not one of these devious companies has been up to its tricks.
Sir?
Oh.
Holy shit! Holy shit! Oh my god! Do you remember something to say about that, juror number 3?
Oh golly, you mean me? I'm terribly sorry. I was just thinking to myself about all the gas I've been stealing.
You really didn't catch him off guard there. Thinking about what the lady next to you was saying, huh?
Well, yes. I just got a little riled about it recently, you see?
Go on.
Altamont gas worker visited my house the other day to investigate the pipework. We need to ask for your cooperation while we carry out a secret check of your property, sir, the fellow said. So I let him in. Do you know what he did?
I'm, afraid I have no idea. Please, tell me.
Proceeded to take one of my lights off the wall. Then he grabbed the exposed mouth of the pipe and started blowing into it.
What do you think you're doing, young man? You're giving away company secrets there.
Oh, please, everybody knows, but it was very nearly the death of me, I can tell you.
What do you mean?
I'll explain if you don't mind. As I said before, these unscrumptious other gas companies connect their customers to our pipe network.
What about blowing into the pipes?
Obviously, the pipes need to be blown. There's gas in the pipes, and it's at a fairly low pressure. By blowing air through the pipe, you can make the pressure drop temporarily. And if you do that, any lights connected to the same pipe will flicker for a moment.
Oh, I see. In other words, if upon blowing into the pipe, the lights of an adjacent property has no contract with your company flicker, you can know that these devious scoundrels have been meddling with the pipes.
Exactly, my lord. That's it in a nutshell. It's the reason why we have teams of workers going around neighborhoods to investigate which lights flicker.
Trouble is, the particular worker who came to my house didn't know the strength of his own breath. He blew down the pipe with all his might, and you can guess what happened, can't you?
Well, if he blew hard, then... Wait, you mean...
That's right, the lights didn't just flicker, they went out, along with the stove. Gas started pouring into the house.
What a disaster.
That gas supply must have been interrupted briefly because the man blew too hard and the flames went out.
Afraid I yelled at the fellow. Are you trying to kill us all, I said?
So by disconnecting a lamp and blowing into the exposed gas pipe, it's possible to extinguish lamps and stoves connected to the same network of pipes. And then when the gas starts flowing again, it just silently seeps into the room.
Mr. Naruhodo, I think perhaps...
Yeah, this is certainly, related to the clue. You know. Juror number 3, the defense requests that you amend your statement to include that information.
Oh, well, if you like, I don't mind.
Well, I do. That's our company's secret method of identifying the rogues.
Oh. I said, madam, it's widely known already.
Very well, juror number 3, you will amend your statement accordingly.
Yes, my lord, although I'm not really sure what the point of all this is.
Mata. When you say extinguish everything in the house, do you mean even on different floors?
Oh yes, all floors. All floors are connected to the same pipe after all.
That's true of every building. Because gas supply contracts are issued for whole properties.
Well, I had no idea that it was possible to extinguish gas appliances simply by blowing down the pipe.
It's not something we like to publicize, to be honest. But we do have to carry out these investigations. As I'm sure you can appreciate.
I get it. It has been mentioned on more than one occasion in the papers even. Is that so? It's been mentioned to me too, very recently. An incident involving the gas going out inexplicably leading to someone's death.
Mr. Naruhodo, I think perhaps...
Yeah, it's finally starting to fall into place. The secret link that joins all of these strange occurrences. You mean it's poisoned? Rada rada rada. Rada 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 rada. This is most troubling indeed. Rada rada rada. Rada rada rada. Rada 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 rada. Rada 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 rada. Rada rada rada. Rada rada rada.
What the fuck?
And you drink it anyway?
It's just fucking sugar.
Rada rada. Rada rada rada. Rada. What happened to you? What does it taste like? Rada rada rada. Rada rada rada. Salty. Rada rada.
Oh no!
It's worse.
Oh, this poor man. Then I think perhaps what your wife put into your tea was salt.
Ah! Rada 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 rada. Let's move on, for God's sake. Does that mean that if the victim could be shown to have ingested something, you'd change your leaning?
Sorry? What's that now?
Oh, I was just saying, if the victim did actually eat or drink something else on the night.
What's the matter with you?
Sorry?
I said if nothing else passed the victim's lips that night, there's no other explanation, is there? Haven't you been listening to me at all?
I feel as there's an English expression about a pot and a kettle, and it's appropriate.
Compared to the other jurors who don't even appear to have anything to say about the case at all. It would seem that this elderly gentleman has been listening to the proceedings far more intently.
I think so.
But the trouble, he has selective hearing.
Exactly. But still, the juror may well be the key to the breakthrough. Key to the breakthrough. This is hopeless, yada. Yada yada.
I do think the only way we shall overcome this difficult situation is by exposing the way in which Mr. Shamspeare was really poisoned. Though to prove that it happened some other way, and not via the tea.
I know. The trouble is, I have no idea how it happened.
Mr. Naruhodo. I wonder if perhaps there's something you might have forgotten.
Like what?
Like it's important to watch everyone and pursue people.
We did that.
I can show you exactly what I mean if you want to give me you want me to give you a step-by-step tutorial.
Blah 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 blah. Fate in my hands, owe it to client, hear advice, assistant able to offer. Perhaps ought to let Sasato remind me, then again. I know.
No!
Actually, no. It's vital that we start trying the jurors' minds as soon as possible.
Of course, I'm sure you're right. But if you decide you would like me to lead you step by step through the way, you just let me know.
Well, baby box you. Blow too hard, you extinguish everything in the house. No problem.
No, god damn it. Okay, so I want to try hit this man.
Against.
This man. Because it's like, yeah, nothing past his lips. The other explanation is that his room fucking filled with gas.
Nick, do you have the chat up at all?
I just switched over.
Oh, okay.
Something happened.
Oh no, I just wanted to thank Alex for sharing the fact that we're live on Instagram.
Thanks,
Oh,
Alex.
thank you,
Just
Alex.
in case.
These two statements contradict each other. Oh, good gracious! The statements do you refer? Juror number 6, did you hear what Juror 3 said to you?
No.
Ah, what? Yes, of course. I heard him mumbling about something or other.
There is another explanation here, I believe. Something besides Mr. Natsume's tea did, in fact, in a manner of speaking, pass the victim's lips on the night in question.
What? What?
I wonder, did the police check the mouth of the gas pipe feeding off the wall of the scene of the crime? To see if there was any traces of poison there?
No.
Curious to see what your floundering would result in this time, but the mouth of a gas pipe? Scotland Yard have enough to do without exploring such irrelevance.
Huh.
Hold it!
What a piece of work is a man.
What are you trying to say?
What the
Mr.
fuck
Shakespeare?
are you talking about?
What speakest thou, prithee? Is it not strange and strange? That is what I say to thee, sir.
I think I've been quite clear, but let me put it another way. The strychnine could have been put on the mouth of the gas pipe that feeds the wall lamp in your room. And that is how the poison came into your body. Good lord!
You know, this isn't quite what I was going for, but sure.
Are they tasty?
Whereas the gentleman suggested that the poor man was so desperately hungry he tried to fill his belly with gas. Perhaps no actress would perform a kiss scene with him, huh?
What shame, madam, speaking by fancy. I assure you I'm not a buffoon that has yet to kiss pipes.
You are! This is no summation examination. This is a farce. The prosecution
use
will not
those.
stand
Farces?
for any
Summation examinations, Nick.
Oh.
summations. This guy needs to shut the fuck up.
Ah!
He shut the fuck up?
To begin with, the lamp in the victim's room is high on the wall. In order to have placed his lips to the pipes that feeds it, he would have had to be a contortionist. These are empty assertions. You just filled it up and threw it immediately. There is no possible proof that the man did as you said.
It's true, I have no proof that Mr. Shakespeare put his lips to the pipe. However, I say with some certainty that on multiple occasions, Mr. Shakespeare has been doing something in front of that lamp on the wall.
God!
He's been doing the victim.
The way that he's like standing while saying that.
Your Honor, come.
Oh my god.
I have evidence to prove it.
What evidence do you have?
Alright, you've got our attention, lad. I like to see how you can be so sure of yourself.
So would I. Let's see this evidence.
Now I've got the juries here, and I need to take this opportunity to count. 1. This is to prove that time and time again Mr. Shakespeare stood in front of his gas.
This is so fucked up, man.
God.
It's so fucked
He's
up.
blowing his own pipes. Jesus! I can't stand this.
Your Honor, sex.
What the?
These are, wait, what are they called? Yes, skin prints that were found at the scene. Skin prints? Counsel? I've never heard of such a wicked thing. The Justice Ministry is assessing or not whether we can even use fingerprints in court, however.
My lord, this is an exciting new forensic technique developed by the great detective, Mr. Sherlock Holmes.
Who?
It reveals all the places that Mr. Shakespeare has touched in his room.
Rada!
Well, if anyone can invent something like this, it's that great Sholmes fellow, that's for sure.
I agree, this most edition of Engineering Thumbs was quite fascinating.
We found skin prints in many places you would expect. On the table, on the costumes.
On the cock.
Yeah, on the pipes. However, Mr. Shakespeare also appears to have been touching some very unexpected places in his room. For example, here. Around the hanging picture there! Indeed, multiple handprints appear to be visible. What does it mean? I don't know.
Well, I wonder, could he have been appreciating the art?
That's one way of putting it. I thought the same thing, however. Imagine standing with your hands where those prints are, and you would find yourself directly in front of...
Front of? Huh?
I don't believe it. The gas lamp!
Though the reason why isn't immediately obvious, it's clear that Mr. Shakespeare has regularly been standing with his hands to the wall in front of that lamp.
Grab the wall.
That's right, Your Honor. He's been standing there with his hands on the wall, bricked up.
Rada! Oh! I'd ask the court to recall juror number 4's earlier statement.
Me? What did I say?
You said that blowing into a gas pipe would make the lights in the entire building flicker. And now, if you'll recall juror number 3's statement,
What? Me now?
when the gas worker who visited his room blew with too much force into the pipe, it caused all the lights in the gas stove to go out, and gas to start leaking into the rooms. Obviously, that incident was an accident. However, the simple fact is, if Mr. Shakespeare would have blown hard into the gas pipe here in his room, he could have extinguished every other light and gas stove in the building at once. Crikey!
Are you suggesting that the man purposefully caused the gas to...
Just seeing the scythes on his wine bottle for the first time.
Oh, the
scythes, yeah.
Whilst I acknowledge that the prosecution is required to remain silent during a summation examination, I must toast my learned friend's utter disregard for the letter of the law.
What is the meaning of this, Lord Van Zykes?
This curious photograph, or whatever it is, presented to the defense the so-called skin prints, clearly cannot be accepted as any form of usable evidence in this case.
But this exciting new forensic technique developed by a great detective.
It's nothing. A mere toy developed by an amateur sleuth with too much time on his hands.
Oh! Certainly. Even research of this nature by the esteemed Mr. Sholmes cannot be recognized by the court as formal evidence. But,
Please, my lord, if I may,
Mr. Sato,
it was not the defense's intention to submit the skin prints as formal evidence. We merely wish to present the results of great detective investigation of the scene, as a tool by which to explain the possibility to the ladies and gentlemen of the jury. And if the trial were to come to an end now, we should never learn the truth behind these mysterious handprints that everyone has now seen. I don't believe we can allow that to happen, and I'm sure the jurors would agree.
Yeah. Whether those strange handprints are a significant clue or not, it's down to us to decide.
juror number 3.
Oh, yes, I do declare the great detective's investigation results sound absolutely fascinating. And I want to hear what the shady actor fellow has to say about the shady handprints.
What's the matter with you two? That was foolhardy.
Well, I did say it, didn't I? And I don't like to break a promise.
No way, you heard his lordship. It's not fair, dink.
Oh, well done, Mr. Naruhodo. If just one more juror changes his or her mind, Mr. Natsume's trial will have to continue.
Thank you, Miss Sato. I couldn't have done it without you.
Oh, no, it was you who identified the clue after all. This is very much your success.
Uh-oh. I don't like that stance.
No, that's bad.
That's bad.
It's like he's standing in the woods behind a tree. Mr. Shakespeare.
One more juror! Get him!
Very well. Continue, counsel.
I'm so sorry. Can you give me just a moment?
What do you need?
I'm gonna pee real quick.
Okay.
Can you grab me a tum from the bathroom?
Yes.
Thank you.
I'm gonna break the VOD with a BRB.
Well,